What's up, CHFFL? It's time to preview week 4. I'm a little late here because, I was up late with them Bulldogs from Athens. We're whooping up on them little kitty cats from Auburn, Alabama. We're finally ready to get going here. I know this is a very important week for previews. We have the Steelers-Titans game was already postponed, and Kansas City, New England is moved back a night, if you trust that it won't get kicked out of this week. Let's talk about all of it. First, the week 3 wrap quickly. I went 5-1 with my predictions. Max pulled off a win I didn't think he was going to, but it still moves me to 12-6 on the season. Derek and I, we were the team of the week. The Younglings put up 177 after getting called out by Marty. I hope that you saw my little bit of smack talk video. I had fun making that. The game of the week, Wes was the winner. Kamara and Mahomes put up over 90 points. Minnie did not put up 90 points, so they won the game on their own, and we had our first couple of interesting trades, really since Parker and I straight up swapped Julio and Hopkins. So Marty gave Grant Dalvin Cook for Melvin Gordon, Michael Gallup, and a 5th-round pick. Gordon had a good Thursday night game, not playing the Jets every week. I'm obviously salty about it, thinking about doing a video explaining my salt in more detail and why I'm absolutely right to be salty. But for now, that happened. Marty also traded Mark Hollywood Brown for Darren Waller and OBJ. This one is very interesting to me. It looks to me like Marty got some more value for this season for sure. Waller, he's had a slow start, but he's still considered a top 6, top 5 tight end rest of the season. OBJ and Brown being close enough, but Brown is a good keeper option, so Mark trading for the future a little bit, Marty trading for the right now. That was very interesting to me, and I want to see how it's going to fold out over time. Week 3 waivers were pretty boring compared to last week. Carlos Hyde was grabbed for $20 by Stan and then dropped probably upon Chris Carson's injury news being pretty good. Minnie grabbed Randall Cobb for $11, and Banis grabbed Cordero Patterson. Got a lot of names from 2016, 2017, and not much else. So getting into the matchups, the Steelers and Titans players are not going to be counted this week. ESPN has said that if Kansas City, New England plays Monday or Tuesday, it'll count for this week. I am doing my predictions thinking that you can't start these guys unless you're desperate, because who knows, the positive tests don't come until a few days after the exposure, I guess. And the thing is, I don't think any of this is rational. I think that if a few players are positive, just play the game. I think let fans choose if they want to go to the game or not, fill the stadium up full. So I'm just not on the same mental wavelength as the people making these decisions. And therefore, if I have any Kansas City or New England players, I'm not touching them, because I don't trust the game to go off this week. And everybody's dealing with injuries right now. You're not going to have depth to plug them in later. But it's your team. If you want to play them, go right ahead. So we're going to start with the Football Flicks Conference, and all 3 games here are pretty close. With Coach Boone's 5th grade sissy against the Icebox Little Giants, we have a 3-0 team versus an 0-3 team, but the projections are pretty similar. Both teams, lots of injuries, Stan missing, Connor and Big Ben to the Steelers game getting postponed. Max is rolling with that stack of Gardner Minshew and Robinson, who is starting to look closer to an RB1 and the waiver wire pickup of the year so far. I'm taking Max here to keep rolling, but again, close. Next, the SC-LSU Mud Dogs versus Show Me the Money. Grant is just plugging in Dalvin Cook for Clyde Edwards-Helaire. He could try and play both of them, but you know what I said about Kansas City, New England. Parker is going to be missing Kelsey. I expect Parker is similar thinking to me on this. And Henry is definitely out with the Titans-Steeler game. Hopkins and Ridley are both questionable for Big Pa right now. I've been monitoring Fantasy Football Now to see if we're getting anything more definitive on them. I think they said Hopkins was going to play. I'm still taking Grant here. I don't know. This is a really close one. This conference is going to be shaped a little bit by this week, I think, and who's able to pull some wins out. Next, Zero Fun Sir versus Cliff Franklin Sticky Hands. This was a strong contender for my game of the week. Mark is missing Cam, who, even if the game does go on, he caught it, so he won't be playing. Swan is close to full strength. He's one of the few teams who can boast that. But will Lamar Jackson finally put up QB1 numbers? I think he's been fine, but I think he's a 14th overall quarterback under our scoring system right now. Mark is just really deep at running back, wide receiver. Even after making this trade with Marty, he's going to be fine. I'm picking Mark to roll in this one. Moving over to a galaxy far, far away, we have Kareem by the Sith versus the Wookiee of the Year. Tyreek is in that postponed situation, and I don't think Minnie has anybody who he could plug in for him. Not sure he was going to play that. Godwin, after playing a bit last week, is missing again. I think this was a leg thing rather than the concussion protocol. JD, if you're watching this, you can take guys who are out or on IR and put them in that IR slot at the bottom. You can do it by hitting Manage IR in the top right if you're on a browser. I don't know on the app, but I'm sure it's there. And then you can add more players and see if those players do well while your guys are in. That's what those extra slots are for, to help you have more guys on your bench. Minnie is still waiting for his running backs. I'm sure he thought David Johnson and Kenyon Drake were a pretty strong pair. I would have thought so too. They haven't really had big games yet, waiting for them to happen. I don't think they're going to be enough this week, though. I'm taking JD. Going on to the Mandalorian Mercenaries versus Tuscan City Raiders. Gordon, in his Marty debut, put up the 29 points against the Jets. Bannis got 20 points from the kicker in that game. A big thing we're watching is Devontae Adams. Because he's playing Monday night and he's still questionable. Same problem I'm going to have with Julio. Do you leave him there? Do you have somebody to plug in for him? Either way, I'm taking Bannis in this game. I think he's going to put up a lot of points this week. Finally, the game of the week. Wes is in it yet again, but I can't resist when Wes and I play each other. Coruscant Younglings versus the Kittle Run in under 12 parsecs. We're on Mahomes' watch. Is Wes just going to keep him there and hope that the game's played Monday or Tuesday? I'm not sure. I'm on the Julio watch. My plan before was that if we got to Monday night and Julio was out, I'd plug Lazard in, who's playing in that game, but he just had surgery out of nowhere with no warning, not any injury reports, but that was great. This is going to be a key head-to-head matchup for a galaxy far, far away, because that's our number one tiebreaker for playoff seeding, and I expect Kittle Run and Coruscant to both be there at the end. And can Kamara make up for Wes's lack of wide receiver depth again? If he's putting up 50 points a game, not too much other teams can do, as Wes is missing Johnson from the Steelers. I just don't know how much that's going to matter. I'm picking the Younglings to get to 4-0, but I'm really excited for this, really excited that it could come down to Sunday or Monday night. And best of luck, Wes. Best of luck, everybody, as we navigate this tough situation this week. We'll see you when the dust settles. Bye.